Yo, RX back with another recap of Noche UFC Castle versus Shevchenko 2. We back to recap, and we are recapping a very disappointing card. I had very high hopes for this card, and by the end of it, I was very disappointed. The main event really saved it from being a dud. But, yeah, we'll get to that later. I don't know, I was very unimpressed with the card. I think there were some good moments, but there were as many bad, if not more bad moments than there were good moments. So, no. It was a fine card. The idea of it was great. The feel of it was great going into it and during it at times. And like I said, amazing idea. Loved the whole vibe of the card. If it was in Mexico, it'd been cooler, but what can you really do? The UFC probably made this idea 2 months ago, so. But this was thought that counts, I guess. So, and I hope they do more shit like this. This was fucking badass. So, yeah. But, not very much more to say. Besides, please like, comment, sub. 100 subs go by the end of the year. And as always, let's recap some fights. We have 11 fights to recap. Unless I'm going to say something in my intro. No, not really. Let's recap the fights. We begin the night with a fight that was pretty much just a showcase. And it was a good one at that. As we have Josephine Knudsen versus Marnik Man. Amazing performance by Josephine. She showed up and showed out for 3 rounds. She beat the piss out of Marnik. It was never close in the slightest. I think this is what Knudsen needed. I think she needed 1 or 2 more fights before she's UFC proven. She's UFC proven now. She is really, really, really good. She still has maybe a hole or 2 in her game, but she's only 7 fights in and 27 years old. And she trains with fucking Hamzat Chimaev. So anything that needs to be fixed will be fixed, so. Yeah, she had a flawless performance, a flawless decision. Like, 3 different scores, but neither of them are wrong. 30-27 what I scored it, 30-25 I could see it, 30-24. Yeah, that's a lot. Like, when you're getting a 30-24, that's crazy, but it's not that inaccurate, so I'm okay with it. From bell to bell, she beat the shit out of. It's actually funny. It's a lot like her fight on Contender 3. It's just this time on the Contender 3, she did it on the feet. This time she did it on the ground. So this is actually even more perfect because in her back-to-back fights now, she's shown she can dominate on the feet and on the ground. So Knudsen's looking like a real problem for this division. Very young still. Again, great. She trains with some of the best. And I'm very interested to see how she does in the UFC, because this was, like, let's be honest, skill-wise, they were never going to be close, and it showed from the start. And I actually am, like, I'm high on Asmin Lucindo, and I think Asmin would have beat her, but in hindsight, I think this has been closer than I and many people would have thought. Knudsen, wow. I definitely think this would have been a little closer than anticipated, but I still think Aspen would have won, but that's still not a bet. That's not even a diss towards Knudsen, because Aspen Lucindo is a top 15 talent, and I'm saying it could be close. So, and I definitely think Knudsen has top 15 potential, just looking at strawweight, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, strawweight. Looking at a strawweight top 15, let's be honest. She probably beats Angie. That's a great fight. She destroys Waterson. That's interesting. That's 50-50. To be honest, she probably beats Marina, and I'm a big Marina fan. And then we won't go this high because it's so much, but she's, I think, skill-wise, and with being still very young to her career, Knudsen, I think, can have a really nice run at strawweight. In this time, in a year or two, she'll be top 15, if not higher. Like, she might even be top 10. She's really fucking good. If she fights consistently, that's even better. She's good, and I'm very excited to see how she does in the UFC. I don't think she should have got a contract on this Night of Contender Series. I think she needed to show a little more. She did, and now I think she should be in the UFC. Now she is, which is great. To talk about her opponent, Marnik, man, not much to say. She never was meant to be in the UFC, and she shouldn't be. She's not very good. Her striking is terrible. If Knudsen was a better striker, she would knock her out, and if Marnik does stay in the UFC and fights a good striker, she will get finished. She leaves so many shots open that it's crazy. I don't know what the fuck they train in her camp. She's just not very good. She's 6 feet, or my bad, she's 5 feet. She's very fucking short. She's an atomweight. Also, let's be honest, she's not a strawweight. She's a fucking atomweight. If they did they made an atomweight division, as they should, we'd be talking maybe a little differently, because then I think she might be able to do a little better. But at strawweight and not being that skilled, to be honest, she's just not very good, not UFC level, and I don't think she'll be in the UFC for too long. But besides that, the only thing left to talk about is who they should fight next. To start off with the winner, Knudsen. I think I would like to see her fight Sam Hughes. I know that's a big jump up, but let's look at it this way. Knudsen trains a fucking Hamza, and that's a boost as is. Second of all, she's pretty fucking good. And why give her a slow route? She's made it to the UFC, she's proven to be good. Let's give her Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes is like the most mid-tier fighter you'll ever see. Knudsen should beat her pretty easily, but you never fucking know. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think that'd be the good. You could do a couple fights. Corey McKenna would be interesting. Cornelossi, Elise Reed. Even Jessica Panay would be interesting. You got options, but I think Sam Hughes is one I would do. Very good fight. Hughes would test Knudsen, but I think Knudsen would pass with flying colors. It would just be a good fight for Josephine, I think. So yeah, let's do that. And then for Marnik, where the full card, the fighters. Thank you, Tapology. Let's go page 2. Where is Marnik? I think she is 80th, 78th. If they do keep her in the UFC, I really don't know who she could fight. I would say probably just feed her to someone like Shana Banan, who needs a win, or someone come out Contender Series like that's where someone or Julia Polarstri, who just got a contract last week, or someone like Melissa Martinez, who needs a win in the UFC. So any of those would work. Just if you keep her in UFC, use her as cannon fodder, because that's all she is. If we're being honest, she's just not good. So yeah. But yeah, really not much more to say besides great performance by Josephine Knudsen, and I'm very excited to see how she does in the UFC. Besides that, who should they fight next? I like Knudsen versus Sam Hughes, and Marnik either cut or cannon fodder. So Knudsen and Hughes, I think, would be very interesting, and I think Kunatsun would win almost as dominantly, maybe not as 30-24, but it would be predominant, I think, because she is better. So, yeah, amazing debut for Josephine Kunatsun. After that, we head to the second fight of the night, which was pretty easy to predict and really raised more questions than it answered. As we have Charlie Campbell versus Alex Reyes. Not very much to say. Charlie just kicked the shit out of him for almost 4 minutes and got the finish. My main question after this fight is, why did they keep this guy around for so long? He's fucking terrible. Like, he showed literally fucking nothing in this fight. Like, and I watched this fight from Mike Perry. He didn't show shit there either. Though he did nothing in this fight. You kept him for what, 5-6 fucking years, and then he comes back and lasts longer, but gets beat just as dominantly. So, yeah, why is he still here? Cut him. He's 36 years old and he's just taking up a roster spot at this point. I'm excited for when the UFC does their yearly, like, giant list of cuts. It's coming, especially with Contender Series getting close to over. And I think Ray is definitely going to be part of that list, because why did he last for so many years? He's terrible. So, yeah. And yes, he is the brother of Dominic Reyes. That's not a joke. That's just true. So, yeah. To talk about his opponent, Charlie Campbell, the winner of the fight, he looked great. Had a flawless victory, pretty much, didn't take any damage, and he looked good. He showed a big improvement from his Contender Series fight. And on Contender Series, he had Duncan hurt really bad, but he fought stupid and got clipped and knocked out. This time, he had Reyes hurt really bad, but he fought smart and got the kill after waiting some time. He didn't, and I think that shows improvement, which was good to see. He looked smarter and improved. Over a year since that fight, he did exactly what he should have done in that fight against Duncan, which is great to see. And I'm not really shocked. When you go to fucking Longo with fucking Longo and Sarah, I'm not shocked that he fucking got better and smarter. He goes to one of the best gyms in MMA right now. So, I'm not shocked by that. But he looked good. Dude has good power. He's a decent striker. Can't remember seeing his ground game in this fight or in the Duncan fight, so that will be something to wait and see. But he's probably a good ground fighter again. Sarah and Longo, who are known for wrestlers more than anything. So, yeah, he's probably a good ground fighter. And how many submission wins does he have? He has no submission wins. That's interesting. Yeah, not very much to say about Charlie. He looked great in a fight he should have won easily, and he did. I'm interested to see how he does in the UFC. I don't think he gets too far at lightweight, but you never know. He looked phenomenal, and that's all you really can ask against a layup, because it was. If he would have lost to Alex Reyes, he's just terrible, but he didn't. He looked fucking phenomenal. And, yeah, amazing debut for Charlie. And he got a fucking bonus off it, which is deserved, I would say. Very deserved. So, yeah, he looked great. Only really thing left to say is who should they fight next. I don't know if I will find Charlie a fight, because finding a guy going into the second fight, is kind of tough. But, you don't know, maybe I can find him someone. But especially a lightweight, which is tough as is, I don't know if I'll find anyone. Okay, Tap, would you like to fucking... Well, when Tapology doesn't fucking load either, it might be a small issue. Yeah, it would be nice if I could find him a fight, but you know, Tapology is Tapology. I'll try one more time if that worked, then whatever, fuck it. Okay, there you go. Gabriel Benitez. I don't hate that fight. Yeah, fuck it, I like that fight. Gabriel Benitez has not fought in a year. He's coming off a win. He's an entertaining fighter himself. Let's do that fight. I don't see why you wouldn't do that fight. Yeah, let's do it. Very not much more to say. It'd be a fun, entertaining fight. And then for Alex, just cut him. Why is he still here? 36, gonna be 37 in a month. 0-2 in the UFC. Why is he here? Just cut him. Not really much more to say. And who was he meant to fight again? Nazareth. Oh my fucking god, what would Trevor Peake have done to him? They were trying to kill this man. Natan Levy would have won easy on him. He might have got a finish, he might not have, but Jesus Christ. And my god, maybe 2018 Nazareth would have not done as well, but still, they are trying to kill this motherfucker. Yeah, not very much to say. Great performance by Charlie Campbell, and who should he fight next? I like him versus Gabriel Benitez, and for Alex Reyes, cut him. I think Charlie and Benitez would be an amazing prelim fight. Probably could be a fight of the night or a performance bonus again, so yeah, not very much to say. Great performance. After that, this is when the card put a little sour taste in my mouth as we head into the third fight of the night, which on paper I think was the third best fight of the night, and in execution it was decent. As we have Tracy Cortez versus Jasmine Jasdavicius. I'll be simple with this fight. Round 1 was clear for Tracy. Round 2 was very close. I think it was Jasmine's. And round 3 was very close. I think you go either way. I give it to Cortez. You can give it to Jasmine. But of course the judges were going to be biased as fuck, like they were, and give it to Cortez. I'll start with what I think off the top of my head. Cortez is overrated. She's not that good. Her striking is fucking bad. And her grappling's fine. But she's super overrated. So, I'm trying to think, what's the nicest thing I could say? She's like 50% of what the UFC wanted of Paige. Like, she's a fine fighter. But she's not, UFC will never find that hot champion. Cause all of these females who are hot are not fucking that great. It seems. That they hype up, of course. Let me rephrase that. The ones that they hype up and try and push because of that reason. Cortez, Ostovich, Van Zandt. May I continue? So, I think that's what I was trying to say. Cause that's not why you sell a fighter, dumbasses. And throw Sage Northcutt into that fucking box of fucking hyped up garbage can. Oh no, you need to stop hyping fighters for that reason. If they're good, they're good. If they ain't, they ain't. Cortez is just mid. Like, if the UFC didn't push her, she would never be a ranked fighter. She's not that good. And let's look at the rankings. Who does she beat? That's a slaughter. Silva kills her. Both of them do. Casey beats her. Ribas destroys her. Ujo beats her. Yeah, she probably beats Maya. Maya's shitty. She beats Baba. Probably beats Murphy. Andrade kills her. Who cares? That's bad. Kagan's fucking trash. And then she has no chance against anyone here, so I don't know. She's just not that great. And I think there's unranked flyweights who are as good, if not better than her. Like, let's see. Fucking Lipsky ain't far off. Who else? I guess flyweight. Most of the good flyweights are ranked by now. But I'm not sold on Cortez anymore. I just don't think she's that great. She's just not impressed me in any of her wins, and this was a very unimpressive win. Cause, let's be honest, if this wasn't fucking biased to Noche UFC, there's a good chance she lost this fight. You could easily give Jasdavicius 2 and 3, as maybe should. I don't know. I'm not impressed with Cortez at all. She's just not that good. I'm not sold. And one more thing, none of her wins are that good. Like, Jazz Vicious has her best UFC one now. I think I did this in a breakdown, but I'll do it again. Garbage. Well, Edgar the High. Kish, that's fine, but that's just a terrible win, but that hurts. Gatto's fine. Jazz Vicious is pretty good. Too bad you barely beat her, if you even did. You talk about Jasmine, yeah, she got fucked over. She is never gonna win this fight because she ain't a finisher. So she was fucked from the jump, and I feel bad for her. She got fucked over from the jump. But would I be lying if I said I was shocked? Nope. I am not shocked in the slightest. They wanted her to lose because Tracy Cortez, stupid. Whatever, complete bullshit. She probably did win this fight. The more I was saying about it, yeah, she got fucking robbed. But whatever. She'll be back. She's better than Cortez, and it'll show over time. I don't know. Her striking is fucking terrible, so sorry, Jazz, but what the fuck is wrong with your striking? It's so bad. So bad. But yeah, not very much to say. Just a fight between two pretty weak strikers. And actually, I fucking called this to a T. Everyone was like, oh, Cortez is a better wrestler, she might be stronger, da-da-da. It was never going to be a grappling match. Or a wrestling match, I mean. It was always going to be a striking match. Did it ever hit the ground? Maybe very little, for like a couple seconds, but like, I don't know how people did not see this was going to be a clear striking match. Has no one learned over the years that wrestler versus wrestler equals striking? Dumbasses. Damian Maia and Ben Askren was a fucking striking match to an extent. Exactly. I don't know. I know fight ideas because I don't care, and she got fucked over, so. And actually, I'm a little pissed because Jazz would have won. You had the perfect fight set up for the fight everyone wants to see. The rivalry. Jasmine versus Casey. They hate each other. That would have been fucking perfect. Fuck you, you biased-ass judges, for robbing Jasmine. Cortez, you're just overrated. Nothing more to say. After that, not gonna waste your time, Edgar Chavez destroyed Daniel Lastarda and got completely robbed of a submission win. If your arm drops or you're in a submission, I'm stopping the fight because I think you are out. Chris Taglioni did nothing wrong. Fuck all you little bitches for crying about it. We know who won that fight. Edgar Chavez got robbed of a win. He should appeal that shit ASAP. He already did, and if he doesn't get it, that's bullshit. After that, we had to the second to last prelim, which was pretty much what I expected it to be, and I think what everyone expected it to be. As we have Roman Kopylov versus Josh Fremd. Kopylov destroyed him from bell to bell. In round 1, he beat the shit out of him. In round 2, he beat the shit out of him until he finished him. Kopylov is just levels ahead of Josh Fremd, and I want to start talking about Kopylov first. He's really good. Like, every fight, he just looks better and better. Like, we can just forget these two fights, because those ain't who fucking Kopylov is. These last 4 fights, though, Jesus Christ. Destroying the Jericho, destroying Puna, killing Claudio, and fucking wrecking Josh. This man's on a fucking warpath and he's looking great doing it. Now on a 4-fight winning streak, you gotta give him a good fight now. Like, I get he stepped on short notice for this fight, so I'm not even gonna blame the matchmakers for making a bad fight. But yeah, if he ain't stepping in on short notice for a fight, give him a good fight. Because he deserves it. No question he deserves it, so give him it. Not very much more to say. Give him a good high level fight that either is in the rankings or is close to the rankings. So, yeah, his striking is so good. It's pretty crazy, and his wrestling is probably pretty good also. We didn't have to see it. Well, actually, it's high. Duraev destroyed him on the ground, but whatever. Actually, it was Frem who was shooting takedowns, which is funny. That was never gonna fucking work, so, yeah. And then for Frem, there's little to say besides, yeah, he was never gonna win this fight. Like, besides this fight, which is a complete outlier because he's way better than Tresean Gore, his only real 2 losses are to guys who are 10 times better than him. He beat Dumas, who ain't good. He beat Pickett, who's god awful. And Gore, that was a fucking fluke, let's be honest. Gore is garbage. So, I thought this was Park Reporter for a minute. Yeah, not much to say about Frem. He'll be back. He's just not that great, but he can win some, he'll lose some. Josh Frem, not much to say. And now to talk about who they should fight next for Roman Kopylov. I like the idea of him versus Gregory Rodriguez. If that doesn't give you a fucking violent alert, then I don't know what does, because put Roman Kopylov and Gregory Rodriguez in the cage, you are getting a knockout, and you are getting a fucking banger. Because you got 2 killers going to war. So, let's do it. There's been a couple other fights that you could do, like, you got fucking Petrosky and Junior Park without fights, Makhmud Muradov also, who I think he should have fought after the Claudio fight, but now I think he's above that. Like, Muradov should fight Petrosky or Park, Petrosky probably. Kopylov deserves to get closer to the rankings. I think fucking Gregory's closer, and just a better fight. Like, you could rebook him and Fluffy, but I don't like it. Yeah, you could give him fucking Muniz at number 15, or Chris Curtis. So, he also said he would step in and fight Doladze at 295 if he's serious about that, and the UFC's down for that. I'm okay with it. Like, why not? Bronson pulled out. You got no one else. Who else is gonna step in? Rob? He might, but besides that, who? So, let's do it. If the UFC says yes, then, which I don't know if they will. Hopefully they do, and then in that case, Kopylov and fucking Roman Doladze. But I doubt it. So, let's go Gregory Rodriguez, because that screams banger. And then for Josh Frem, no fight idea, because who cares, Josh Frem? He'll step in, fight someone, really just get, like, you might get fed to someone, I don't fucking know. But we'll see. I don't know. Frem's alright. Not much to say about his fight besides Kopylov is really, really good. So, who should he fight next? I love the idea of him versus Gregory Rodriguez. That's a banger. Book it, Dana. Not much to say. Amazing performance by Roman Kopylov again. I was wrong about Kopylov. He's really fucking good. Not much to say. And after that, we hit our last prelim, which was just a mauling. And we have Lupita Godinez versus Elise Reed. Jesus Christ, this was a mauling. So in round 1, Loopy completely just mauled Reed. At the end of the round, she had a vicious armbar in that Reed said, no, I'm not gonna tap. And she didn't. I don't know what happened to her arm. Her favorite fighter is definitely Tony Ferguson. Cause, ow. But she came back in round 2 and pretty much the same shit happened. She got taken down and mauled before she got rear naked choked about halfway through the round. And, yeah, amazing performance by Loopy Godinez. This is a Loopy we've been needing to see. We've not seen this Loopy since Cornelosi. Like, her last 3 fights, she's just not shown up, and she showed up this fight and looked fucking flawless. Like, she looked fucking amazing. They said it right after the fight on commentary, and I agree. Loopy, when she's on, is fucking a top 15, maybe a champion. Like, She is really, really fucking talented. Her striking's fine, but her ground game is just a fucking mauling. Like, if you watch the Cornelowski and this Reed fight, and she just mauls. Some fucking Hamzat level just fucking smash. Like, when she's on, she's one of the best strawweights in the world. But if she can just consistently be on, then we have a problem on our hands. But if she ain't on, she ain't on. Like, even her last 2 wins, this was a little way too close. This is way closer than it ever should have been, and this is a very underwhelming performance. So, but she stepped right back into being the dominator she is. So, I don't know, I'm happy for Loopy. I hope she keeps up this streak, because she is really good. She has all the talent in the world to be a top 10, if not higher, strawweight. I'll just see if she can continue the streak of being that good. And for Elise Reed, I got very little to say. It's Elise Reed. She's gonna win some, she's gonna lose some. To be honest, she only wins some against bad fighters. And, yeah, she's just not very good. She's tough, I'll give her that. She's tough as nails. She was not tapping to anything that wasn't a choke. So respect her on that part, but that's about all I can say positively. She's not very good. So, yeah, not much more to say. Last thing to say is who should they fight next? For Lupi Godinez, a fight I would love to see, and I think a fight that would just be amazing, because both are great dominant wrestlers who would have to probably strike. Tabitha Ricci. That would be a fight. That would be a very... Ricci and Lupita would be very, very interesting, because if you really look at each of them, what have they been doing their last couple fights? Takedown, domination. It would be just like Cortez and Jasdovicius. Who's a better striker? In that fight, I don't know. I might say... I think I would go Ricci, but that's close. Like, that would be a very tough fight to call. And then on the mat, who's better? That's even tougher to call. They're both about the same size. Like, I don't think either is that much stronger than the other. That would just be a very intriguing fight, and I hope they do that, because that'd be great. Like, I would love to see Ricci fight up, but there's no one for her to fight. Booked. Out the rankings when they update it. Booked. And then she's not gonna fight this high up, so... I wish they booked her and Marina Rodriguez, but they didn't, so let's have her fight Lupi. If she wins, by that time someone will be open for a fight. The only other fight I saw was Jandiroba for Lupita, but she's not gonna get that high of a jump, even though that'd be an amazing fight also. So... yeah. But, not really much more to say. And for Elise Reed, I don't know. You could feed her to, like, Bruno Brazil, or hell, you give it to Knutson, to be honest. Bruna, Knutson, Contender Series, fighter, you know, any of the fucking bunch. Same thing with Marnik, man. Just feed her to someone, see what happens. So, yeah, not really much more to say besides amazing domination by Lupi Godinez. And who should they fight next? I would love to see Lupi versus Tabitha Ricci. That would be a fucking banger. It might not be like fight of the year, fight of the night contender, but it would just be high level chess match at its finest. And I hope they do it. Lupi and the Baby Shark, let's do it. Amazing fight. Book it. Not much more to say. Amazing performance by Lupi. Well, those were the prelims. It started good, it ended good. The middle part was very bad. This fight was fine, as judging wasn't, and then this was just bullshit. So, that was a clear win. But, yeah, not much to say. We saw 2 debut fighters look flawless. two proven fighters look very great. And now we move on to the main card, which was a really mixed bag and not in a good way in the slightest. So, let's talk about the main card opener. Not gonna waste much time on this fight because I don't have much positive to say. As we have Kyle Nelson versus Fernando Padilla. Robbery. There's no fucking way Kyle Nelson won this fight. Let's not lie to ourselves now. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the fight. I think Nelson clearly took round 1 from what I remember, but Padilla clearly took the last 2. Oh no. Padilla clearly, I think he... Well, actually, I can just do this, because I don't really give a fuck. Let me do this. Let me look up the stats, because I know Padilla... I think round 2 Nelson took pretty soundly, but I think fucking Padilla clearly won 2 other rounds. Let's see. Yeah, no, Padilla won round 1 pretty fucking clearly. Nelson took round 2. I won't lie, Nelson took round 2. And then Padilla took round 3. 3 strike fucking see stuff 2 takedowns. Yeah, Padilla won this fight. It was just a clear fucking robbery. Like, and the worst thing about 30-27, and what fucking world, dog? And what motherfucking world? Like, there is no chance in any fucking hell that you give this fight to Kyle Nelson. You, without question, you were just fucking stupid. So, yeah, what a terrible fucking robbery. So, I feel bad for Padilla getting robbed on Noche UFC. And yeah, Kyle Nelson sucks. Not much to say. Next. After that, we head to a pretty fine performance by a young prospect, as we have Daniel Zellhuber versus Christoph Giagos. Yeah, fine performance by Zellhuber. In round 1, Giagos clearly took it. He hurt Zellhuber bad and was able to just be better most of that round. But then round 2, Zellhuber, if I remember, he hurt Giagos, and then he made Christoph shoot, and then he locked up a Darce choke, was it? And a counter choke, my bad. And yeah, he got the submission win. Very good performance by Zellhuber against a huge step up in competition. And I don't even think Giagos that good, but he is better than Lando Venata at this point. And let's talk about Zellhuber. I don't think this didn't go that far. He sometimes he just fights very lackadaisical, and then other times he just, I don't know, he really needs, like, he's a weird fighter to watch and very frustrating at times. So, I think the kid has potential, but especially at lightweight, I don't see it going far. I don't know, he's a weird case. Like, he looked good in his last 2 fights, but even then, he's not looked that dominant as he should. Like, he looked fine here, but he could have looked way better. So, maybe he finally shows, like, I'll give him benefit of the doubt. He's 24 years old, and that was his 15th fight. So, maybe he shows up for his next fight, but he really needs to, because, like, his last 2 performances have been wins, and they've been fine, but they've just been underwhelming, so, I don't know. I think Zellhuber has talent, but it's just been very underwhelming, I guess would be my word for him. So, yeah. And then for Giagos, not much to say. He's not that good. Never thought he was, and I still don't think he is. You could cut him, you could keep him another fight, I don't know, and more importantly, I don't care. So, yeah, whatever. Now talk about who Daniel Zellhuber can fight. I was looking at this earlier, and I was like, I really can't find anyone. Like, any fight that sticks out to me, like, yeah, you gotta do that fight. Like, the best one I could find was, where was it? Where was it? It was, Maybe I didn't find it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I swear I had a fighter who was like, yeah, you could do that fight, but not really a one I would jump to do. Well, I guess I'm fucking lying, because I don't see shit. But, yeah, I don't know, he has some options. Actually, a fighter I see that I don't hate, Jai Herbert. Like, anyone could look good against Jai Herbert, so let's see Zoe Huber do it. So yeah, fuck it, let's do that fight. Let's see Zoe Huber flatline Jai Herbert, because it's pretty easy. Jai Herbert's a step down from Lando and Giago, so fuck it. Why not? Not very much to say. Fine performance by Zoe Huber. And I think the kid has potential, but he really needs to look a little better. And who should he fight next? Let's see him against Jai Herbert. If he can't look like flawless against Jai Herbert, then we got some questions and problems. But I think he would look dominant and win that fight pretty easily. So yeah, not much to say. After that, we had a very shocking outcome to this fight. Not because who won, because how they won. As we have Raul Rosas Jr. versus Terrence Mitchell. Very impressed with Raul. Yes, it was versus a tomato can. But I'm shocked. He has power in his hands. And 54-second knockout with TKO is not what I was expecting. So, like I said in the breakdown, I'll talk about Raul more in the recap, and now I will. I made a tweet and I said all of this, and I'll say it in here. I think the kid has a lot of potential. I think he has talent, but I think he's just Chase Hooper 2.0 right now. He's gonna need a lot of fights before he's a UFC caliber. So let's be honest, right now I don't think he is. Yes, he just knocked out a dude in 54 seconds. But let's be honest, Terrence Mitchell is a fucking joke. C-Rod exposed and embarrassed Raul pretty badly. And it reminds me a lot of Caceres and Chase Hooper. So, like, and the thing about it, Chase Hooper is going into his 8th UFC fight, and he just now do I think is actually getting to be UFC level fighter. Ace fight. That's crazy. So, Raul's on his 3rd fight, and I don't think he's there yet. I think he's getting there. He has talent. Like I said, I think the kid is very talented. He's 18 years old, and he's fighting pro fighters in UFC, giant spotlight on him, and he's not looking terrible. Even in C-Rod, he had some moments, but he's gonna need to develop more. I'm happy it doesn't once he dropped being so cocky, because I think that's one reason he did lose to Christian Rodriguez. He was so fucking cocky. I think getting his shit kicked in really woke him up a little bit and showed, maybe I'm not that guy yet. I think that's what he needed, to be told he ain't the top dog in the yard right now. Give it time. I think Raul was a very talented kid, but not his time yet. I think we'll see him. I won't be shocked if we see him lose his next fight, or win his next fight and lose. He doesn't need to do that though. He's gonna need to take some more L's, like Chase Hooper. I won't be shocked if 10 years Raul's a ranked dude. He has talent, but especially with how tough bantamweight is right now, even in the unranked, I don't see him doing much. I really don't. So, I like Raul. I hope the kid succeeds. I just don't see it right now. Give it 5 to 10 years, then I think we can really talk about it. I don't even think the kid, let's be honest, we know this ain't his final form. He's not at his best right now, so give it time. Give the kid some time. But, yeah, besides that, I don't care about Terrence Mitchell. Who should Raul fight next? You got a lot of options. Brian Keller is always an interesting option, a veteran. A fight I saw earlier that I really liked, Cody Gibson, 36-year-old veteran, coming off tough. You could do that. Luan Lasarda, 0-2 in UFC. I think you got 3 good options. You could do any of them. Lasarda's probably the easiest fight for Raul. Cody would be a very interesting fight. Not Cody Garbrandt, even though, to be honest, you could do that fight. Gibson would be interesting. Keller would be really interesting. You have options for Raul, and I think whichever option they choose, it can't be that bad. Don't give him another layup. Give him a little bit of a step up. Even if it is fucking, let him go to page 3 and find someone like, yeah, actually, Luan Lasarda's pretty good for that, like, tiny step up. Like, even give him this joke. So, yeah. What else do you got? Bless me. Thank you. If you don't cut Fernie Garcia, you got Simon Oliveira. You got options. Fucking Frankie Sanders still on the roster. Yeah, you can do that. So, I don't know. I think Raul's a very interesting fighter to book, and I'm very excited to see who they book him against. If he fights again this year, that'd be cool. He took literally no damage, so I hope he does get in there again this year, and I'm very interested to see how he does. And by the way, the hate on him, the hate he gets is really fucking stupid. Like, why would you dislike this guy? Yes, he was a little cocky, but I think that's stopped. Even if he still is, dude's 18 years old. Let him be cocky. Like, who cares? If he's at least winning fights against Cairns dominantly, at least he's doing that correctly. So I'll give him props when props are due. So, yeah. And, I won't even make the obvious thing. I think a lot of people just fucking don't like looking at him because he is butt ugly. And that's not an insult. Well, it kind of is. But, like, if that's why you dislike a dude, a fighter, no less, it's like, you're fucking weird. So, I like Raul. I hope the kid succeeds. I think it'll be a fun story, and I think the kid does have potential. I hope he fights again this year. Put him on 296. December, Las Vegas, I believe it's gonna be in T-Mobile. I don't fucking know anymore. Well, put him in MSG. Who knows? Who cares? Just have fun. I'm excited to see who he fights next. After that, we head to the co-main event of the evening, which was a giant disappointment because, shocker, they scored it wrong. I'm not gonna waste your time. Jack Della Maddalena ain't that good. Kevin Allen should have won this fight. And the funny thing is, he didn't even fucking try and he should have won this fight. Like, he fought super half-assed and still should have won. So, yeah, Jack Della ain't that good at all. He's a complete hype train. He's a hype train getting ready to crash. If they give him a layup like Sean Brady or Bilal Muhammad, then fine. But if they give him Gilbert, Shavkat, Wonder Boy, Joff, even Ian Gary destroys him. He's just not good. I don't see the hype in him anymore. That Basile fight ruined him. He's just not that good. He lost this fight, so whatever. Holland got fucking robbed. Nothing new. But now we head to the main event of the evening. A woman's flyweight classic between Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. What a great fight. I'll get to the decision in a minute, but to break down each round, in round 1, it was good, but Val clearly won it. Got takedown, got some control time, and did good. Round 2, Grasso came back with a vengeance, dropped Val pretty bad early in the round. Yeah, Val ended on top, but she did nothing on top, so it was 1-1. Round 3, Valentina just controlled her for the whole round. Islam Volk-like, which, is that even really a win for her? Did nothing. Round 4, the deciding round, the round that could go literally either way. I scored it for Valentina. You could give it to Grasso. I had it 3-1 Valentina watching live. I'll rewatch the fight eventually. I had 3-1, and then round 5, it was a clear Valentina round until the last 90 seconds. Grasso got on top, landed ground and pound, and took round 5. So it was a clear. Grasso clearly took 2 and 5. Valentina took 1 and 3. It all came down to round 4. Is what we all thought. Until we got to the decision. All 3 judges got round 1, 2, and 3 right. Round 4, you can flip a coin, it could go either way. Round 5 where it gets weird. Agree. What the fuck are you doing? How do you get a 10-8 in round 5 for Alexa Grasso? When they read out the scorecard and they said a 47, when Buffer said a draw, my thought was this. Mike Bell gave Grasso round 2, 4, and 5, gave Valentino round 1 and 3, but 3 was a 10-8. That was fine. I understand it, that would have made sense. It's still very reaching, but it would have made sense. But how do you give Grasso 10-8 for a round that she won in the last 90 seconds, if not less? So, that's what I'm confused by. I'm very, very confused by that. So, yeah. These 2 scorecards, either one could be correct. And I know that's a new concept to people, but you could have a fight that could literally go either way. You could have it. I think the fight comes down to either this. Do you give it 1-3-4 Valentina or 2-4-5 Grasso? Live, I gave it to Val. If I rewatch it, I will see. But there's no many. I could rewatch it 1,000 times. I'll never give Grasso 10-8. So, is it lame that's such a great fight? Because it was a great fight. An amazing fight. Is it lame that the fight ended in such a stupid fucking way? Yeah, but at the same time, at least Grasso's still champ. No, I don't think anyone wants to see Valentina as champion. That's old, bruh. No one wants to see that anymore. We got Grasso. We like Grasso. We want to see her as champ. And she's still champ. So, yeah. Now we're talking about the elephant in the room. You don't do a trilogy right now. You have this happen. Alexa Grasso needs to fight Erin Blanchfield. No questions asked. She needs to fight Erin Blanchfield. Erin has been waiting for that title shot. She fought Talia, even though she probably should have got a title shot after Andrade. She fought Talia, beat Talia. She's next. This is wrong. 1, 2, and then these 2 can be 3 and 4. I don't give a fuck. Erin Blanchfield needs to be next in line. How could you not give her the title shot? She is clear-cut next in line. Valentina, go do something else. Manon, she deserves a title fight, but let's be honest, who has a better UFC record? Andrade and Talia compared to Rose and Shukagan. I know who I'm taking. Ricci, I'm not counting that because Ricci was up a weight class. I know who has better wins. I know who's the better fighter. Blanchfield, I'll say right now, Blanchfield's the best fighter in this division. It's going to show really quickly. Besides, this fighter, of course, who's going to get her belt soon. Give it time. Blanchfield and Grasso have to happen next. If you do and why do you not do Grasso and Valentina right away? Because you could fall into a trap. If Valentina wins, then what? They're 1, 1, and 1. What does that mean? Oh, we're getting Moreno Figgy Part 2, which no one on earth fucking wants, because no one wants to see a quad trilogy. I'm happy with them being, with how their feud has gone. They're done. I don't need to see these 2 fight again. If they never fight again, I'm happy. They had 2 great fights, an amazing upset, and then a great rematch. Fine, and in a draw, who cares? It was that good of a fight where I'm not mad at it. Just move on. Grasso fights Erin, and then for Valentina, you have 2 options. she could fight Manon, which I'm not against, and that would get her right back into title. She needs to earn a title shot. Or she can go up to 135, which I'm not against either. Because that division needs someone with talent, and right now we don't have many people with talent. So, I'm down for either one of those scenarios. The only thing I'm not down for is to see these two fight again. Please, God, no. No one on earth wants a fucking quad trilogy again. Never fucking again should two fighters fight 4 goddamn times. Cause it's old by the 3rd fight. I'm trying to think of a trilogy that happened that wasn't tired, but wasn't like fucking bored by the 3rd fight. Max and Volk was lame by the 3rd fight, cause Volk already won twice. Moreno and Vicky was old by the 3rd fight. Fucking, as great as trilogies sound, unless they're really spread apart, like, Dustin and Connor, I could say that was fun. That was fun. Shit like that, but when, like, Vicky Moreno being a quad trilogy over 4 years or something, 2, 3, 4 years, that's fucking lame. Max and Volk, I don't want to count that because Volk won 3 times. That's not a trilogy. That's just 3 beatings. But like, no one on earth wants to see these two fight for 2 more times. 1 more time. The only way these two should fight again is if Grasso beats Blanchfield, Valentina beats Manon. If that happens, no question you do a 3rd fight. But let's be honest now. Grasso ain't beating her in Blanchfield, and Valentina probably ain't beating Manon. The next flyweight title fight, the next 2 flyweight title fights will probably be Ern and Grasso, and then Ern versus Manon, if we're being honest, so, I don't know, I think Valentina's reign is over, and I think Grasso, I love Grasso, I'm happy she kept the belt, because she deserves it, and don't do a fucking quad trilogy, for the love of everything that's good in the world. We don't need that shit. We don't want that shit. Move on. Please. Don't, UFC, listen, don't do what you did with Figgy and Moreno. No one wants that shit again, okay? Please, no more. Good. That's all I gotta say on that. Thank you. Boom, that's the card recapped. On picks, I really should have only got 1 wrong, and that would have been Jazz Vicious. Even then, you can score that fight for her. Holland should have won, Padilla should have won. I got this right. On picks, I should have went 9, 1, maybe, and 1. I'm fine with that. That's a great night of picks. I'm not mad at it, but judges are fucking stupid. Don't know what they're watching, and this was bullshit, so, yeah. The bonuses were, there were 5 performance bonuses, Rosas, Zohuber, Godinez, Kopylov, and Campbell. I disagree to an extent. You have to give Grasso and Val 5 tonight just because it was that damn good. And now to give a performance bonus to Raul Rosas and Lupi Godinez. If you want to throw on a Kopylov and Campbell, sure. But if we're going for the 5 of the night and 2 performance bonuses, it's definitely 5 of the night, and then Rosas and Lupita can walk away with a performance bonus. So, yeah, but I'm happy they gave out 5, because all of them, like, he deserves it. Sure, you can give the Huber one. Deserves it, and deserves it. So, cool. And last but not least, if you missed a card, what would I tell you to rewatch? You could rewatch Kunatsu if you just want to see how she looked. She looked fine. She looked great. But definitely not the most entertaining fight. Definitely rewatch this. You could rewatch that, but it's just biased judging. Skip. Rewatch. Definitely rewatch. That was great. Just skip because they robbed the real winner. You could rewatch. Definitely rewatch. Skip. That fight, actually, I've had to say, this fight sucked anyway. It was boring as shit. And then rewatch many times, so. Really, if I was telling you what you should rewatch, Kunatsun, maybe. Campbell, Kopylov, Godinez, Rosas, and Grasso. You can skip Cortez, pretty much. don't even waste your time. Skip. Nah, you could skip that, and then definitely skip this. So, yeah, not very much more to say. Noche UFC was a great idea. I love the idea of it. Love the vibe of it. A fight night with a title fight was awesome. We're gonna get another one in December with Weili and Yan Xiaonan. I can't wait. And yeah, the idea is cool. I love the idea of Noche UFC. I hope they well, actually they can't do it again next year because September 16th ain't gonna fall on a fucking Saturday again. But maybe what will be let's see, it will be on a Sunday, I guess, or it's Friday. I don't remember how that works, but still, do another Noche UFC next September around this time. You're gonna do a card on fucking September, whatever the fuck day. It will either be the 15th or the 17th. So do another Noche UFC because it's fucking a great idea. So yeah, but yeah. And maybe even do it in Mexico. They're gonna do a card in Mexico soon, which will be fucking awesome. Maybe that could be Grasso and Blanchfield. But yeah, enough rambling on. The card was underwhelming, but this fight saved it tenfold. Because without this fight, the card would have been pretty bad. But with this banger of a fight, it was great. So yeah, the card was not, the fight was. And now you'll hear from me again Friday, 1 p.m. EST for a breakdown of UFC Vegas. Is it 79? 89? Whatever fucking card we're on now. We're back in the Apex. Boo. But, whatever. And this is the last card of a long stretch. After this week, it will be, break week until whatever the fuck. But, yeah. Friday, 1 p.m. EST for a breakdown. Sunday, 1 p.m. EST or Monday, 10 a.m. EST for the recap. And, yeah, not much more to say, guys and gals, aka guys, no fucking girls watching this garbage. As always, like, comment, sub, 100 subs go by the end of the year. Tell me what you saw the card, what you did on picks, bets, whatever. Tell me whatever you fucking want. And as always, RX. Out. Please don't do a trilogy. I turned into a quadrilogy.